Hey guys, welcome back to another Bear Hug video, and in today's video we are going to be talking about Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. And I know I haven't been posted in a couple weeks. I would say that I think the last video was Untitled Goose Game. I do have more of that coming up. I've just been kind of lazy. I've been kind of uninspired. But today that kind of ends, at least for hopefully a while. I want to keep uploading videos after this. But today we'll be talking about something kind of important to me, Call of Duty and the series, the franchise, and this new game, Black Ops Cold War. I don't have a great response to this. That's how the video is going to be. It's going to be kind of my impressions over the beta from the weekend. I will say, if you want a general cut, I'll give a way much better, in-depth detail in the couple seconds. But it was just not a great experience this weekend. I was reading online, watched a couple of other people's videos, and a lot of people have the same impressions as I do, and it doesn't help me confirm my feelings. It kind of sucks feeling this way about Call of Duty, because I really do enjoy the games, and I know the past few ones have been hit or miss. The last game, Modern Warfare, was an absolutely fantastic one. A lot of people may disagree with me, but I truly believe this is where the future is. Call of Duty has went into a great direction. Everything done with multiplayer, with Warzone, and even with the new content pack, it feels like fun. It just feels like a lot of fun. It reminds me of the older days, but with just brand new stuff coming out constantly, and I love that. I really hope they keep it up after this game, but we will see how it happens after the fact. So let's just dive on into what Black Ops Cold War is, and it's a 1980s based game set during the Cold War, of course. We got the USA versus Russia, KGB, USSR. All right, Russia's bad guy, obviously. Like it's always like that, and it's kind of boring. It's kind of cliche, and I'm not a big fan of the setting. Black Ops 1 has a very special place in my heart, but I've always been more of a Black Ops 2 guy, and I would have liked to see something built off of Black Ops 2 probably more than Black Ops 1. Black Ops 1 was a classic. This is somewhere set in between Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. And in my opinion, it's really gonna mess up a lot of things, and I don't like that. And I really just kind of hope that the campaign is going to be good. I really hope so. Like, that's just like, no one's heard anything about the campaign really. We only had that one trailer, and the trailer looked really good, but I don't know if that's gonna be enough for me to buy this game. I'm gonna let you guys know that this beta review is strictly for the multiplayer and not for the campaign or zombies or even whatever they're gonna do with Warzone, which I still have zero clue what they're gonna do about. I keep hearing integration with Modern Warfare Warzone, or I keep hearing that they're gonna have their own Warzone. We will have to wait until day one, or maybe a week before. I'm praying that they just keep everything with Modern Warfare. Unfortunately, I don't think Black Ops Cold War engine will be good enough for Warzone. I really think it's going to be an issue. Even the Black Ops 4 Blackout game mode, which was just basically Warzone, it really didn't handle the best, especially with lag and lag compensation. Something I really want to talk about in this game too. For the beta at least. So first, let's start off with just the game modes. So the game modes were very restricted. You had two different playlists to choose from. So we had a quick play playlist, which was just TDM, kill confirmed, and some other game modes that you're used to seeing. And those were fine. So those were very much fine. They're pretty whatever. They're just Call of Duty. I'm going to talk a little more about it when I get to the map section of this review, but the standard game modes are standard. They are nothing really special, at least from what I could tell. The time to kill in this game is a lot higher than previous games. I feel like it's even higher than Black Ops 4. People might disagree with me, but I feel like sometimes it's really hard just to melt someone, and my bullets will be, and you'll be seeing the gameplay, and you'll see me die a few times, actually probably quite a bit. I died a lot during this beta, and that maybe could be my skill. I feel like I'm a very much above average player for sure. I've gone in 20 plus kill streaks before. I usually, from getting the game in Modern Warfare, I can do pretty good. I can carry my team. I'm usually in top leaderboard. I'm pretty confident about my skill, but in this I was not very confident. I know it's a new game, and I think as I got through the weekend I was getting better, but that is something else for the end of this video. I want to keep this with the game modes right now. So I will say, let's just start off really nice though. You know, standard game modes go out of the way. Control is actually a lot of fun. I think Control is a great game mode. I think they could include this into Modern Warfare if I'm really being honest. I really liked it. The maps, there's 2 maps I believe. I did not like the snow map. I believe that was Alpine. I'm not 100% sure. Do not quote me. Probably not. But that map, the snow map, was not that great. There's 2 open. I think something with this game is that there's a lot of openness, which I get it. Maybe realism, but in terms of actual playing like an arena shooter, which is Call of Duty. Call of Duty is an arcade arena shooter, whether you know it or not. This has a huge effect on gameplay, and sometimes it's very hard to get to a point in Control on that snow map. It is just one of the hardest things to get to that middle point, especially when everyone is using snipers. And I'm not against snipers. Sniping is good, you know, good for the soul, I think. But in this game, it's just, it's really difficult for that snow map. It can be pretty lopsided most of the time. The other map being Armada. I'll get more into Armada after. But Armada was a really good demo for this game mode. I think it shows off what could be done and what can be done for it. I think it's fantastic. Control has a lot. I think it has a bright future in Call of Duty. I hope they keep it. I hope they keep it going. I hope they create more maps for it. I think that's a big key. Is just going to be the maps, because I don't know if you can do Control on the smaller maps. It probably won't work out like that. But we'll have to wait and see. Another one was a VIP Escort, and this map. Oh, I mean this game mode, not map. This game mode was something else in my opinion. Now, I had a bit of a search and destroy vibe, but in my opinion, it required a lot of teamwork. You couldn't really go in there solo. You could maybe talk to the players. That's not usually how I play. Most people are quite toxic in this community, so I usually have everything muted from day one. I don't talk to people. That's just not how I am. I don't need to encourage people being toxic to me. I like to do what I like to do. I like to focus. I like to help on my team, whether that be assisting or killing. But VIP Escort was something where if whoever comes to VIP in the beginning, you just need to kind of follow them. If you don't follow them, then you're gonna lose. So that's the best strat I could come up with, unless you were with a squad, you know, then that's different. But when you're going there solo, that's how it is. You need to follow the VIP. And if you are VIP, the pistol they gave you is actually pretty good. I didn't really have any complaints about that, but for the most part, the game mode is kind of whatever, and it could use a little bit of tuning. I felt like it was a little too long to get the escort up. Maybe just a little too long. Maybe short up by like a couple seconds. But other than that, if you have a decent team with you for that game mode, it's going to be great. You're going to have a great time. But if you have a crappy team, it's going to be really hard to carry, unfortunately. I don't think you can take really much 1v2 fights in this game mode. You really need to make sure if you're alone, you need to take only one person at a time, because in this game in general, if you see 2 people and you're by yourself, you will not kill them. Modern Warfare, I feel like, was a little bit different. 2 people, you can probably wreck them within a couple seconds. So it's just different because of the time to kill. Time to kill is a lot slower in this game compared to Modern Warfare, which some people prefer. I don't think I really do. It just makes it kind of unsatisfying when you have 40 bullets and you can only kill 2 people at a time because it takes so long to kill people. There is some gameplay, you might see it right now. I can actually, you know, I've gotten triple kills with 40 bullets, but it's very seldom, and I definitely have to require a lot of sweating from it. So this is where we're gonna get into. This is the worst game mode I've ever played. Fireteam Dirty Bomb, or where the fuck it's called. It's terrible. The maps, I don't even know the maps names because they're really bad. I played this game mode 3 times with 3 different types of squads. To be honest, it was not fun. Every single person that I played with had their own complaints too, very much similar to mine. You could just tell that this game mode was kind of half-assed, and it maybe it has a chance. Maybe they have a chance to redevelop it. I didn't like that there was, I think there was like 40 people and there's 4 teams. So I think 4 people on a team. So it's about 8 to 10 teams per match. And which sounds like a lot of fun, but it causes a lot of chaos, and you know, you don't know where people are flying in from. You could barely hear parachutes, in my opinion. You can hear footsteps pretty well, but you really can't tell when people are flying in and landing, you know, 50 feet behind you and they're just shooting you in the back. I think it gets really distracting, and it's really hard to focus on the objective when you have to constantly be looking in the air, looking behind you, looking behind trees. The trees in this game mode are so frustrating. I think if this was like a desert game mode, I think it would work out a little bit better, because all you have to worry about is hills, and you'd be able to see people a lot easier, and maybe some random debris within the desert. Probably a lot easier. Right now it's just really hard. There's just trees everywhere cutting off sight lines. It's very, very, very hard to actually tell what's going on 90% of the time. So that's just my opinion. The uranium thing, the whole depositing it's whatever. Like, it really, this game mode feels so just cheap. It feels cheap, and I feel like what they could have done was so much more, but they couldn't. I don't know why, but they couldn't. I really hope that they fix this. I don't know if they really can fix it. In my opinion, I would just cut that game mode completely out. Keep the map if you want. Maybe just make a ground war map out of that. I mean, if you had the players for it anyways, just make ground war, okay? Just do ground war for that map. It's fine. Like, it really is just fine. So what I'm a little bit disappointed about is that there was no party game modes in this, and I feel like Black Ops was one of the first like series in the Call of Duty to have party game modes, and that was something I always looked forward to. I know they were really I know this is more like a technical test than anything for them, but it just felt very half-assed, this beta. I can't really remember too much about the Modern Warfare beta, if I'm being honest with y'all, but I remember having fun. I actually do remember enjoying myself playing the game. They probably didn't have the party game modes, but that's not what Infinity Ward is kind of mainly. For them, Infinity Ward has always been, how can we make the best standard game modes fun? And Black Ops is always, how much can we have fun with our game, our guns and other stuff? And I remember playing Black Ops 1 and doing gun game, or Sticks and Stones, and One in the Chamber. Lots of fun. And in this game, I really didn't have any fun with a lot of the game modes except for Control. Control was pretty fun when it was on Armada. The snow map, not so much. I was very frustrated by the end of it. But Armada, great map. Well, speaking of maps, let's get into the maps. I guess I will start off with Armada, because Armada is a great example of a map that's developed for a certain game mode, but can be easily accessible through other game modes. So there's 3 main ships that you can actually walk about and kill people, obviously, and with zip lines going across. It's a lot of fun. It's something new. Through all my gameplay, I did not get shot off a zipline. I've seen some people have. I think it's got to be a little bit smarter with the zip lines. You can go in the water, you can take grapples up, you can go in the lower decks of the water. I think this could be a very good map, maybe a good framework for other maps that they want to do for this game mode. Armada can be very frustrating at times when you constantly die and have to walk. You know, it's like a minute to get back into the action. I think that's a big problem. But I think I'd much rather have to walk a little bit and try to get into another fight than having to just spawn, die, spawn, die, spawn, die. That's a very big thing. I think the other maps in this game were not very good. I'll talk about them right now. Cartel. Cartel is a map set somewhere in, I think it's Cuba. I want to say it's in Cuba. There's drugs everywhere. Oh my god. The thing that's not right with about this map is the bushes. Okay, there's bushes almost everywhere. The scenery, people blend in too well into these bushes. I really just can't talk too much good about this map. It's a simple 3-lane design, but everything gets kind of merged and messy. And when there's a lot of people, I forgot which game mode I was playing. I think I was actually playing not Control. I forgot what I was playing, because honestly, I'm gonna tell you right now, if I forget what I'm playing, it's because I was so unhappy with this weekend. Because it was just really, really rough to feel good about this game. So then there's Miami. Miami is a great looking map with zero absolute design layout. Like, in terms of 3-lane multiplayer design, which is something Black Ops and Treyarch are known for, by the way. So you know, I really am gonna give them shit for not having unique design maps like in Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare did change up a lot of the map designs. I think Modern Warfare has a good blend of 3-lane maps and open size maps, which are not exactly 3 lanes, but kind of take inspiration from it just a little bit, not a lot. But they have a lot of good maps in Modern Warfare, despite some people's opinions. But Miami, I can tell you right now, I'm pretty sure there's a good portion of the map I never explored, like the hotel part. I never got to in my game modes and my you know 15 hours plus of playing the game. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but I really couldn't take any more of this. I got to level 40. I was fine. They gave us all the weapon unlocks the second day, and honestly, I just couldn't stand this game too much. I'll talk about what I don't like after the fact. I want to go over the simple stuff first. Moscow was a very boring, bland 3-lane map, very uninspired. It just, like, if I'm being honest, it could have been taken anywhere else in the world and I wouldn't even notice. Just it being in Moscow, I guess, has some, you know, Soviet architecture and stuff, and it really just didn't pop out to me as like, oh my god, this is a great map. It kind of remind me of St. Petersburg from Modern Warfare, which is not that great of a map. That's probably one of my least favorite maps from Modern Warfare. It's a simple 3-lane design, you know, but it's just kind of boring to look at. There's nothing fun with it. It's in Russia, big whoop, you know, there's nothing much to it. We can move on from that. Satellite has a lot of potential. It's a very creative map. All right, it's not your typical 3-lane map. If you had to classify it as a 3-lane map, one side of the map is very open. The middle is a bit tight with some corridors, and then the left has the cover, I guess. The left, whatever you want to call it. The third side of the map has some mountainous, like, caves to go through, which is a bit fun. And then there's obviously a plain wreckage in the middle. This is, I think, my favorite map from the beta. A lot of people didn't like it too much. I thought it was very creative. I thought the sand dunes, you know, going over and up them provided a lot of cover. I will say this was a sniper map. Like, if you didn't have a sniper, you were dying to a sniper. And, you know, you could have, I was using MP5 and I was running up all the cave sides. And so that was a very good point. I mean, a very good pressure point for me was to have a map where you can use all the guns. But unfortunately, I feel like SMGs were at a bit of a disadvantage in this entire game, to be honest. There's a couple of assault rifles that can just do the same fire speed and will have way more damage range than an SMG will. And then with Satellite, it can get very frustrating, definitely with kill streaks, especially attack choppers. Attack choppers don't do entirely a lot, in my opinion. That's the unfortunate part. I'll get into the kill streaks in a bit. But this map is so open that, you know, once you get a chopper or a chopper gunner, it's kind of GG from there. Especially at the end of the map, this is the problem with all the maps, to be honest. At the end of each match, everybody's calling in their choppers or their you know, recons at the end, and it's very frustrating when, you know, the entire match you're trying to do your best and you're calling in, and I call in recons within the first minute, but then my rest of my team don't take advantage of it or just kind of lag behind, and the recons don't keep coming in. I don't know if anyone else has experienced this. I am for sure. But in my opinion, Satellite, it's an alright map. It has some faults, unfortunately, with the kill streaks and the snipers, but decently fun if you can find the right match with the right people. Now, I believe that's all the maps I want to cover. I don't want to talk about the fire team. Dirty bomb maps, those are awful, and I already talked about that. Let's talk about the kill streaks. The kill streaks are very much uninspired. They are boring. They are strictly boring. I think there's like one new kill streak, which was the patrol, like the patrol plane, something like that. I never got to use it. It seemed like a waste to me. I'm more of a guy who, like, if I get a kill streak, I want to feel like I can take control, or it'll give me a lot of kills to further my KD, whatever that may be. And the kill streaks this game were very much boring. A lot of things from Black Ops 1. I really can't tell you that this game is fun. Everything feels very bland. It feels like a lot of things carried over from Black Ops 1 and are just set into a 2020 engine, which unfortunately this Black Ops engine is not the same one as Modern Warfare, which was built from the ground up, and this is an older system from older engine from like 20 years ago. Like, it's crazy, and it's showing its age in terms of graphics, UI. I can't tell you how frustrating a lot of things in this game are. We can talk about the graphics first before we get to the UI. The graphics are very subpar. I was playing this on an RTX 2070, so I can crank these up to maximum graphics, and still nothing impressive. I'm not saying Modern Warfare is this gorgeous looking game with the best graphics ever, but at times this game showed its age, like in terms of its engine quality, and it was crazy. Grass blades look like shit. They look like little PNGs, you know, so I could draw up real quick in paint. I really can't go more into this because it's gonna make me really frustrated, because I truly don't think that this game was meant to come out this year. It feels like a half-assed game in terms of graphics and quality, and that's unfortunate. You know, there's a lot of people that put their time in this game, and I hate to be shitting on it. I imagine the campaign will look better, but the multiplayer right now is very disappointing, and I'm so sorry to the team there at Treyarch that really probably put a lot of time in, and unfortunately maybe just didn't have the right either time frame to get this done in, or maybe not the right people, and that sucks. I was really looking forward to this game this year, but I don't know if I will be buying it, because mainly I play multiplayer. You know, I do the campaign over a weekend, I get done, bam, you know, great story, yada yada, I move on to the multiplayer or zombies. Zombies I'll get to in after, because I'm kind of excited about that. I'm not sure if that's going to be a seal, you know, for me to buy this game. The UI in this game felt very Modern Warfare-esque, but it felt very cluttered and clunky, if I'm being quite honest with you, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's just because it looks very simple. They have time to change this. This is something that's super easy to change, but I just really couldn't get on board with how the UI looked, especially when I was picking my perks. I had no idea that the perks, like in the beginning, I clicked on the perk tab, and I was like, holy shit, I was like, where are my other perks at? And I had to look above, and I had to see perk 1, perk 2, perk 3, and you had to click on them separately. I don't know why, but that was a bit of a turn off for me. Maybe because in Modern Warfare you just click on the perk icon and you can change the perks from there. But this one just didn't feel right. I know they're going for the 80s aesthetic, like, you know, aesthetics, but in my opinion they missed the mark with the UI. The UI is bad. I will say one thing I'm really happy about: voting is back. Voting is a great thing. I really wish Modern Warfare had this. I think I complained about this in my Modern Warfare review video. But voting has always been a big thing in Call of Duty, and I don't know why they took it out of Modern Warfare. Probably because of skill-based matchmaking, because they don't want, because they know they always drop you out of the game after. And I believe that's what happens in this game too. They drop you out and they put you in another game with people at your skill level. I'm not a big fan of that. Skill-based matchmaking belongs in ranked, not in free play. Free play should be whoever's close to you in your region, that's who you connect to. Have fun. But this is like, my first match felt kind of sweaty, and I was like, holy shit, I'm not ready for this. You know, I have nothing unlocked. I only have whatever default classes they give me, and the default classes are pretty whatever. I don't like how this goes. Skill-based matchmaking was one of the worst parts about Modern Warfare. It still goes on. It's very hard sometimes to find a good match, and, you know, for me to excel, you know, sometimes you do want to pub stomp. Now, I do like playing against people of my own skill. It makes me want to get better for sure, but at the same time, sometimes I just want to relax and not have to be, you know, sweating so hard. Sometimes I just want to put on some music, relax, and just kind of have fun. And unfortunately, this is not the experience I had with this game. Every game felt like a sweat fest. Every game, there's always people doing 10 times better than me, and that's not like, again, that's a personal opinion. People be like, oh, you're trash, whatever. You can have your opinion about that, but my opinion is skill-based matchmaking does not belong in free play, or at least needs to be a very small part above the search, you know, the search making process. It really shouldn't be a focus, and it feels like a focus in this game, and it felt like a focus in Modern Warfare. So that's something that those two games do tie in together, which are not very good qualities. Let's just talk about how the game can be improved. In my opinion, the game right now feels super floaty. The graphics don't look great. I know Modern Warfare didn't really exactly have the biggest graphical bump from the beta to full release. I don't imagine this will either. I think this game is showing its age with the current engine it's running. If I'm being honest though, it really sucks, this game, with the lag. The lag compensation is terrible. You can go online and look up your own like videos, but it's bad. Like, you'll be shooting at someone, you decide that, you know what, I'm gonna go into cover, and by the time you get the cover, you're fine. Half second later, you're dead through the cover, and you're like, what the fuck? It's because on your screen they shot you and you weren't behind cover, and unfortunately on your screen you were in cover and you died from that. It really needs to be worked out. This is something that should not be happening in a game, especially on an engine that is 20 years old. They should have had time to fix the coding for this. This is very unexcusable for a AAA developer. I'm really praying that this doesn't, you know, plop into the main game, the full release. But I'm actually really terrified that this will be a problem. It is really bad. I know Modern Warfare had a bit of an issue in the beginning with it, I believe. Now it's a lot better. I don't really have any issues too much right now with Modern Warfare. Black Ops off the bat happened to me first game, and you'll probably see it sometimes in this gameplay. This game feels weird. It feels wonky. It doesn't feel like Call of Duty. Unfortunately, it feels like Iron Sights, actually. Iron Sights is a Call of Duty ripoff free-to-play game, which is free. It's a free-to-play game. I'm not going to complain about that. But it honestly, Iron Sights feels like a more complete game than this game, and that's not that great. I know I'm comparing it to a single developer. You know, I don't know how many people they have there. Probably, it's a Crytek game, I believe. So there's a decent chunk of people working there, but that chunk of people did a lot better job than a AAA developer, which is kind of sad. And while there's some creative things in this beta, I don't foresee myself buying the game because of it. Nor do I see other people buying it. I think people are going to be pretty happy about what they have with Modern Warfare, and this game has a lot to prove up upon. I really can't talk about the maps too much. The maps are kind of whatever. I already went over that. The game modes, I know they'll have more in the beginning of when the game comes out, but right now the game modes were very mediocre at best. Control being the best, but Control still having its problems, but not as terrible as, you know, as the rest. I truly believe though that Black Ops Cold War could be a good game. It might be. I'm not gonna find out. Zombies is not gonna draw me in. I love zombies, but I think I'll mostly enjoy my streamers that I watch play zombies, and I'll just keep playing Warzone and Modern Warfare and my other games that I enjoy playing for the time being, until I can see maybe if this game is much better when it comes out. I'll have the reviews from many sources. I will be doing a lot of in-depth, and I recommend to you, the viewer, to not buy this game until you see more gameplay, unless you're interested in the campaign or zombies, then maybe buy it. But pre-ordering this game is a no for me, and I'm giving this like 3 bears out of 10 hugs. Okay, just not good. I left a bad taste in my mouth this weekend, and I'm actually really happy to be playing Warzone again and other different modes in Modern Warfare, and I hope you guys are too. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and subscribe if you're not. And this is Bear Hug, and I'm out.